Welcome everyone to our earth dedication practice where we'll warm up, feel the warmth of the earth and warm up some of that lower core area that really connects us in with our earth mother. Yeah. So let's take a comfortable seat, however you want, on the edge of a blanket, making sure that we're celebrating that lovely lower back curve. You can put the hands on the lower back and just feel that curve, give it some love, and then slide the hands to the thighs. And you can, since the hands are on the sacrum, we'll just mention that the two chakras that are related to our earth and warmth energies and our energy centers are placed there. So we're at the base of the spine, and then just above it, below the navel, we've got the Muladhara and the Svadhisthana that are about creativity, about warmth, drawing energy from the earth and celebrating it, and also sending love back to the earth that gives us so much. So let's wish her all kinds of health in this practice. We'll close the eyes and begin that observation of the breath. Noticing your inhale and exhale. And if you can, bring your mind's eye focus to your place on the planet, your anchor through those sits bones, and to the nourishment of the earth that connects all of us on these different points around the globe. Noticing perhaps if you can sense the earth breathing as well, or the oceans, anything that's a natural kind of motion that you can bring into your breath and match it up. Make it a big breath. So after observing the breath for a few rounds, see if you can bring it a little bit deeper and just send out your sensors to our Mother Earth. Feeling that warmth coming back to us through our root, the base of the spine, where that sacrum points down, and the tailbone. And then rising up along the lumbar spine, we get that inspiration center for all that we create and send out positive energy. Of course, traveling up the spine past our shoulder blades, let's celebrate those shoulder blades by rolling them down the back towards the sits bones. Shoulders away from the ears. Feel your height here. Feel that connection through the crown of the head to the sky. And then begin to use your breath to transform your energy. So if you want to transform your energy, or you want to celebrate somehow through your breath in this practice, send that intention out, and just that acknowledgement that our breath connects us to the elements around us, but also allows us transformative energy with each breath, an inhale and an exhale. Another few rounds of breath. See if you can bring that exhale a little bit longer, like a soft breeze. And notice the capacity of the inhale. At any time you want to clear the channels, you can just breathe out, exhale long, and then feel that wave action matched by your muscles. Inhaling even bigger. Got some dog action here. And then flutter the eyes open and take that strap, if you have a strap handy. Looks like someone's coming in. So if you have the strap handy, if you don't, we can do some of this shoulder work and neck work without the strap, but I love my little arts and crafts with the strap because it's so nice to open up the upper back. So we'll take a strap if you have that. If you don't, you can just take the fingertips to the side of the mat, really grow long out of that seat, and get some length in your spine. Feel the crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. Roll the shoulders back and back and back. So we're opening up the mid back. If you have a strap, let's take that half in a fold. And we've done this little jacket before, yoga fashion. Take the middle point of that fold and place it around the bottom of the shoulder blade. So I'll show. And then take that strap across the back under the armpits. See if you can keep the fold very even. So then you've got your straps in front of you in your hand. Even at this point, you can just feel that benefit of having the strap on the back and just maybe making a gentle tug forward, inhaling and exhaling, tuck in the low ribs. And you can already feel that heart growing taller, opening up the channel to the root energy, that Muladhara at our base. Okay, and now we'll take the strap and flip them over your shoulders. So it's like a backpack. So it'll look like a backpack from this angle. Just feel them straight down the back. So you'll feel that from behind, like so. And then you can cross those two straps in an X. And you might have to adjust those little backpack shoulder straps. But if you pull them into the X with each hand, you'll notice right away that you get a lift through the heart space and an unrounding, like a supercharged unrounding of your lower back. Hold on to the edges of that X of the strap. And just notice right away here, take your comfortable seat and just notice as you sit, you've already gotten a real posture boost here. So we're just going to use those hands to hold on to the edges of the strap, or you can, tie it off in front, but I can just actually don't tie it off in front, just hold it there while we do some neck work. Inhale, grow the crown of the head towards the sky. Exhale, just notice those straps in your hand and make yourself not overly arched, but just a little nice boost for your shoulders. And let's look over the right shoulder with that chin, keeping the gaze soft. Trace that line back forward and look over the left shoulder. So if you don't have a long strap where you want to hold it like that, you can just place the straps on the lap, and it's just a little reminder to keep our shoulders back. Look over that, come back to center, look right again, and then left, and then bring your gaze softly forward. And let's look up at the sky. So if you have those straps in your hand, you can just gently give them a little pull and notice that really opens up the ability to give that upper back an arch. And then come back down, release the strap slightly, and we'll look down at our heart towards the root of our spine and the pelvis below. Maybe that back of your neck immediately feels some expansion. Inhale, exhale, see if you can drop the chin a little bit more, softening into this release. And then allow the inhale to float the head up, holding on that posture. Again, if you don't have the strap, you can just take the fingertips behind you, open up those shoulders. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, bring the right ear toward right shoulder. So as you take that right shoulder toward the right ear, just support those shoulders as they get a nice fold back. Soften. See if you can lift that left ear towards the sky as you inhale and exhale. Drop the ear towards the shoulder. And now very softly bring the head up. Very slowly bring it up to a neutral place. And then inhale again for some length and exhale. Let's bring the left ear toward left shoulder. And again, no force here. If this is at all uncomfortable, you just bring yourself a little less into the stretch. Suggesting to the muscles to release. Lift the right ear towards the sky. Exhale, left ear toward left shoulder. And then float the head up nice and slow on an inhale. Beautiful. And now we're going to take a twist A little trick with the strap, if you want to grab, if it's not so long and you want to grab it up here, that's fine, or grab it out to the side. But we're going to take a twist. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, let's turn the sternum towards the right. And as you do that, you can just support yourself with the strap so you can really feel the shoulders opening. You're getting that height, and then turning to the right. And maybe bring the gaze with you. And then guide yourself with the straps. You can even feel them on the back of your ribs back to the front. And let's try the other side. Exhale it out. And really just use the strap as if it were hands behind you, supporting this twist. One more time. Guide yourself through center, over to the other side. As you come to the other side, you might want to, if you're on the right side, you can tug a little more on the left strap. Coming back to center. Again, if you don't have the strap, just do a gentle twist. And then we'll turn over here. As we face the left, we can pull a little bit more on that right strap. See, that helps you turn a bit and keeping your height there. Come back to center. And with that strap, actually, let's keep it for another moment while we take a nice fold forward at the hips. So just feel what that's like to fold forward without hunching, without the rounding of the back. So you're folding at the hips, right? Even if you're in cross-legged, kneeling, you can just feel the difference that shoulder action helps you with. Inhale, float back up, remove the fun strap, place it to the side. And we'll take a blanket under the knees so we can get into our hands to knees, tabletop. And we'll work our warmth into the core. So celebrate our fire and the earth beneath us. So find that anchor through the hands this time and the shins. You might want to take those kneecaps and put them on the edge of the blanket so that you're not pressuring your knees at all. And you can take a nice strengthening pose without compromising your knees. So let's find in our mind's eye, we can go to the armpits and just see if you can send that armpit energy towards the ribs. Explore that so we feel that strength of the shoulder blades, right? Of all of the shoulder complex. Inhale, grow the spine long. Exhale, let's squeeze down and feel that strength and warmth in your full shoulder complex, right? And now we'll take a nice rib lift into a cat. Inhale, really notice this time that C curves, the navel towards the spine, feeling the sacrum dipping down, pointing at the earth, while the back of the heart points up towards the sky, and then the crown of the head dips down. And let's take that sacrum up now towards the sky, arching, little micro movements here as we bring the shoulder blades together and then look up. Maybe bring up the pace a little bit on your next cat. And then the cow. Beautiful, balanced energy, right? So we're going back and forth, extreme little undulations of our spine, but this all allows us to find that central channel, to find the neutral. And then come back. So we've just done those undulations. Find your strong spine, nice and long. So the crown of the head all the way down to that wonderful sacrum. Back to our strength base here. Okay, now we'll take our work towards our core. So curl the right toes under and straighten out the right leg. Rock forward and back so we get our beautiful hamstrings stretched out a little bit, the calves. Great, and now find that neutral pelvis again. Balance the hips, even them out, and then lift the right leg off the floor. Inhale. As you do this, maybe the right hip has gone up a little bit. See if you can bring it down and square the hips. All right, tap into that nice central channel of strength and lift the left arm next to the left ear. Get the length here. Inhale and exhale. Let's bring the left elbow towards the right knee into the center, and you feel free to take a cat pose here or just bring them towards each other gradually. Inhale lifts you back out again.
Exhale, come together. So we're just taking it at whatever our body's extreme we want. So if we want to curl into the cat and really bring it into that navel area, we can do that. Or just keep those steady hips and bring the elbow to the knee closer. But let's think about that diagonal between the elbow and the knee. One more time. Inhale, reach out in both directions. Exhale, bring it in. And now place the knee and the hand down. Okay, let's say side to side here. Sway side to side here, just to get a little shake out. So the spine is going sideways. The capacity of our spine in so many directions. And then come on back to our neutral. Let's curl the left toes under and straighten out the left leg. Back and forth with that heel. Just to prep ourselves for this work. We don't want to ever rush into our poses, which can lead to yoga injuries. We don't want those. Okay, come on back to a square hip. Inhale the left leg up. Find a square hip. So most likely, if there's unevenness, the left hip has tried to lift up. And just kind of see if you can even that out. Find your strong, that long line of the spine, hug into it, and then lift your right arm next to right ear. Hold in stillness here, finding your third eye, finding the contemplation. Great. Now we'll get dynamic, exhaling the right elbow towards the left knee, and then out again. Lengthen your exhale so that when you curl in, you're increasing your capacity to oxygenate your muscles on the next round. And another round. Curl in. Job. Come on down to our familiar tabletop. Find the base. And now we'll just do that again in stillness on each side. So bring the right leg, curled toes under and lift up. Left arm next to left ear. See how long we can hold this with a few breaths. Try to make yourself falter. Reach forward like you're reaching for someone. Come back. And then try to find the stillness. 2 rounds of breath here. And then come on down. Let's try the other side. Left leg back. Lift up. Right arm, left foot, left leg. Find a still point. And then try to get yourself off of balance, just wiggling around. So we can explore a little bit what is our center. Where do you find that stability in a very moving situation? And then come back, square the hips, find that stillness. 2 rounds of breath, awareness of that navel area, base of the spine. Come back to earth, send it down. And then we'll separate the knees slightly and bring the hips back to the heels. And let's rest our forehead and the third eye on the mat, reaching the arms long. Take the fingertips to the mat so you can really feel that traction. If you pull the fingers back towards the body, you can feel some traction there, lengthening your spine even more. So let's just maximize every little millimeter we can with a little bit of pressure from our fingertips and the hips settling back onto the heels. And if this is painful for you, you can come onto your back and hug the knees. Now place the palms on the mat and just notice that sense of groundedness, right? This is an excellent pose if you feel just there's a lot of whirlwind of things going on, just to come and connect with the earth, bringing the gaze downward with gravity. And then take the palms and turn your shoulders so that the palms are facing up. And notice the expansion you get across the collarbone here. When you take those palms up, if you have a wish for something positive to come to you, you just can receive that in your hands right now. Exhale out. Big inhale. Take the palms to the mat and curl up into cat. And now we're going to twist the cat. Okay, come on to our hip width apart knees. And we'll take the right arm into that horizontal next to the body. And then you can just feel that plug into your shoulder. So you don't want to have it just hanging out in space, but see if you can bring the right shoulder blade in a little bit towards the spine, and then your shoulders are engaged. And now look up at your right hand and enjoy the show as that right hand comes down, and then watch it go under the left armpit and bring it down with the palm up, right ear to the mat. Take the left hand in front of the face so you can even things out and just feel that stability, right? So we always want many points of stability in our floor work. So inhale, exhale. See if you can bring your right hip back towards the heel a little bit, or the left hip, depending on what's become, a little wonky in your twist. Inhale, exhale, just settle in a little bit. Hips up, our twisted cat. Nice. Sternum pointing towards those right fingertips. And you can flip the hand, the right side down and up again. So we can really rotate to our shoulder as well. And then you get to watch that right hand again as you unwind. Out again, and then back to all fours to the other side. Getting a little toe cramp here. Hold on. All right. Take the left arm up to the horizontal. Hold it. Plug in. So the shoulder socket's going to come slightly towards the spine. And you can feel that kind of if you reach away and then back in again, you're more fortified. Inhale. Exhale. Look over at your left hand. And then watch the left hand as it threads under the right armpit, left ear to the mat. Keep the hips high and preferably even as you take the right hand in front of the face and just feel this stretch. You optimize that breath, transform any tightness that you're experiencing. As you press gently into the right hand, you might be able to increase the twist. And then you can take your left palm and touch down to the floor and then up again. Great. And then lift up, unwind yourself. Great. And now we're going to walk our all fours towards the front so that the long side of the mat is on the side. So let's walk that creature, hands and knees over this way. And we're going to remove the blanket as we move upward towards the sky. Place that blanket on the side. And let's take the palms, same all fours, we're just orienting ourselves differently in our directions. Okay, so find that neutral spine. And now we're going to ease ourselves up into a wide forward bend by curling the toes under. Inhale, lift the knees off the mat. Keep the knees bent, bring them towards the ribs, thighs towards the ribs. Use your hands for support. Keep them grounded on the floor as you begin to take teeny tiny steps into a wide stance. So the feet are going to come toward the long edges of the mat. Spread out those toes so you've got a beautiful footprint. And then just take the hands below the face. And then inhale into a flat back, feeling that hinge at the hips, keeping the palms on the floor. Inhale and exhale, bend the elbows and just allow the hips to crease. Allow yourself to do a hip crease and come on down and release the head. Exhale, everything nice and long. Now inhale, come back up into that flat back. The sits bones are pointing towards the back of the room. Exhale down, bowing to our lovely earth. Feel free to hang the head at the end of your exhale. Inhale back up. This time, let's come up onto the fingertips. So keep those feet grounded and connected, but we're going to take the fingertips and gently pull back towards the body. So now, as you pull back into a flat back with those fingertips, and just feel that little extra space in between all those vertebrae that you gain here. Inhale and exhale. Let's bow down again. Feel free to bring the palms down. Come on up again with the fingertips, pulling them back. And exhale. One more time. And come on down. And from here, we can take a nice twist. So take your left hand and reach towards your right big toe. And you can walk it along the floor. You don't have to actually touch your toe, and you don't have to even come near your leg, but it's a gentle twist, keeping your right hand on the floor, just feeling that twist in the spine. Make sure your hips stay square and even here. So you're standing strong through the feet, and you're just looking at those wonderful right toes, hanging the head, releasing the head. If you want to grab your ankle on that right side, you can do that. But, again, no pressure. We want to flow our breath in our practice as naturally as our Mother Earth does her life. Come on back to a flat back. Exhale. Let's take the right hand and reach for the left toes, keeping that left hand grounded on the floor. You can bend that left knee. It's a nice long reach, hanging the head down. You can grab for the left ankle if you want to increase this twist. Feel that belly inhale all the way down to the sits bones. Exhale it out. And then walk the hands back. Beautiful. So now we can take our hands, inhaling to the top of of both thighs. And then the fingertips can roll the skin. The hands roll the skin towards the inner thighs. So towards the back and in. So you feel a bit of traction on the low back here if you just press gently down on the thighs and inhale into a flat back using that core strength. Float yourself on an inhale up to standing. Adjust your stance maybe a little bit closer now. Beautiful. Now take the heels, turn them in, toes out. We'll do a nice energetic shift with our breath and our arms. Let's first come to a nice tall spine. Inhaling, noticing the feet. Explore pulling those feet together, just magnetizing so you can feel that familiar vertical core. It's beautiful. Great. And we're going to bend into our goddess pose as we inhale the arms above the head. And then we're going to turn the palms down towards the body. Sorry, you can't see that. Turn the palms down towards the body. Bend the knees towards those middle two toes. Take a nice long exhale, bring the hands down towards the base of the pelvis, right? So we're celebrating that energy, our source. And then again, point that tailbone down, inhale up, exhale, pressing as if you're just bringing energy down from above into our deep core. Beautiful. Inhale. Let's take the arms up high. And now as we exhale, we're going to take it into T arms. Stay grounded here through our goddess. And then we'll bring the energy as we straighten the legs, bring the energy in towards the heart. Beautiful. And now press it down again.
So we're clearing the channels of energy. Inhale. This time, let's take the arms out into the T as we straighten. And let's reverse that. So we bring it, as we bend, we bring it into the heart and then down. Beautiful. Inhale, let's take that ball of energy, if you can imagine one, it's a little bit of Tai Chi energy in front of that pelvis. And then inhale, bring that energy up the spine, track that line up till the eyes, and then push forward away with your palms as you bend into goddess. Again, if you don't want to bend so much, you can just do this standing up. Inhale back to your eyes. And now this time press out away from you. Using the strength of your arms. Inhale, gather that energy in front of your third eye. Now let's ground it all. So bring it down. Down, down, down to the source, to the roots. Stay here. Use that magnetizing of your feet to keep the core strength in your body, also in your legs. We're going to take the arms. Actually, let's just give ourselves a hug. So just wrap the arms around the body. And then allow the hands to drop to the thighs. And then slide them down towards the knees, thumbs outside. Inhale. Now we're going to lean the hips. We're going to take a lean forward at the hips and gently take the left shoulder towards the right knee. Gentle twist. Then really lengthen the spine away from the pelvis through as you come to center, right elbow toward left knee. See if you are aligning those knees correctly over the toes, behind the toes. One more time, left shoulder toward right knee. Guide yourself back to center, right shoulder toward left knee. Very nice. Come on back up, take the hands to the hips and come on up, straighten the legs. We'll just bring a toe heel and just shake that out for a moment. Great. Let's take another wide stance again. And we're gonna really tap into that base again. So let's take feet into our Proud Warrior alignment. So we've got the front heel aligned with the back arch and the back foot aligned about 30-degree angle. Okay, we're going to take right hand to the base, right 2 inches below the navel, and then the left hand to the sacrum. So these are the 2 points we're kind of celebrating today. Inhale deep into that base of pelvis and exhale. As you do so, notice the hands picking up that energy. Encouraging as you exhale, encourage that tailbone to drop. So you're going to use the hand behind you on the pelvis and just slide it down towards the floor. So we're using our hand to guide that tailbone down. We're not curling deep, but finding a nice balance so that we're engaging the core, which you're on in the front there. And then in the back, you can just point that tailbone and notice how the core stays engaged. So hold that energy with your hand. Inhale, grow tall, exhale. Now guide your right hand to the top of the right thigh. And imagine that handprint just, on your lower abs. And then we'll tilt over into a strong triangle from here, from that base, keeping the left hand on the sacrum. And just dip over, lengthening the spine, noticing as you press into the thigh that you can really use that strong base to get long on both sides. And relax the head so that the back of the skull and the sacrum are aligned. And then come on back up. Switch the feet to the other side. And take that same, we'll take the right hand to the sacrum, left hand to the base of the pelvis. Find that neutral. Slide the right hand along the sacrum, tailbone pointing down. So subtle movements that protect our back and protect our skeleton because the muscles are more engaged. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, take the left hand to the top of the left thigh, fold there, and keeping those hips in front, right? Facing front. Hinging. So we're just hinging here, guiding our tailbone is still doing that pointing towards the right
heel here. So that hand is just kind of guiding that direction. Float back up on an inhale. And then we'll guide our feet back to the other side. And this time, imagine just with that hand support on you, we're going to take a triangle. Inhale the arms out towards a T, nice and long. That base super strong. As you exhale, lean over to your right, and then allow your right hand to drop to the shin or a block and lift the left arm up. Really expand through those fingers, so along the collarbones, find that path. Feet are strong, and you're pointing that tailbone. So imagine your hand's still there, guiding the tailbone, pointing towards the left heel. And the core engages, right? Maybe look up at your hand or look down, keeping the gaze nice and soft. And then use, as if someone's pulling up on your left hand, gently lift yourself up, switch to the other side. Again, keeping our contact energetically with the base. Arms into a T, press through the feet, fold to the left. And then drop the left hand and lift the right arm up towards the sky. Check your alignment, sacrum and back of skull. We've done a few twists here so we can really feel the support of the ribs here with our muscles. Maybe look up at the sky, but if that's not good, you can look down. This is a great pose to connect those energies of groundedness with the possibilities above. Press through the feet to allow your floating up through the inhale. Let's get our sides nice and long. Take that same base here. Great. And then we'll take that same energy through the hands, just right hand on belly, left hand on the sacrum. Inhale, exhale as you bend the right knee, keeping it nice and steady, engaging the quads. You might want to adjust. So as you guide that tailbone down, just notice the energy is a drop in the pelvis. We're not just kind of expanding the legs willy-nilly. We're really dropping that pelvis at an even place into that center. Now look at your right knee. Check that it's tracking correctly. Knee health, very important. Drop the hands and take the hands to the hips so you can get that sense of length. Inhaling, exhaling, draping yourself over the right thigh with the right elbow at the right thigh. From here, inhale the left arm all the way up to the sky, reaching over the left ear. And find that base again of your feet, midpoint being that root chakra, the Muladhara at the base of the spine. Maybe you want to look up, just turn gently up or not. Just find the left shoulder rolls away from the left ear. Things start to get really warm in the legs. And then sweep up, straighten the right leg, take it to the other side. Hands, pelvis, and sacrum. Guide that pelvis down, exhaling and bending the left knee. So you can use that right foot to adjust your stance. Beautiful. Check in with your knee that it's very healthy and tracking. Great. Everything's even. Take the hands to the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Left elbow to left thigh. And find that beautiful length by lifting the right arm up first, touching the sky, and then bringing it over your ear, the right ear. So we're bringing our core of the lower pelvis, lower abdominals up and down in space here. Sweep the right arm up. Ah, luxurious. Now come with the parallel feet into the front. Beautiful. Inhale, the arms up towards the sky.
look up to a prayer position. Press the prayer position together, and then keep your left hand in prayer, but drop the right hand behind your right leg. And then if you want to lean over towards the right a little bit, so we're saluting up to the sky, but we feel that drop of the right hand. So we're expanding the left side and looking up. If that looking up is uncomfortable, you can just look forward. But feel the connection between the hands and the height we get here just by reaching. And then drop the left hand, reach both arms into that prayer. And then we'll keep the right hand in that prayer and left hand behind us. Lift up energetically on your right side, look up or just look forward, but feel the weight of your right hand. Feel the weight of the left dropping. This is elephant pose. I'm wearing my elephant pants, so I thought we should throw that in. Plus, elephants are amazing. Okay, and then come on up, and then sweep up into prayer. And we're going to swan dive ourselves hip creases again, back down to the floor. Find those palms on the floor or on a block, just lifting into that graceful horizontal spine, puffing up our back of the ribs so we can really feel that lift. And then exhale, drop the crown of the head towards the floor and take the hands and walk them towards the feet, so at that same level or latitude, whatever it is. Bend the elbows and allow the head to hang down here. Inhale and exhale, just relax the head if you can, and that sort of allows a little bit of traction happening on that neck that works so hard. Of course, bringing our head below the heart is also an immune boost. So yay for that. Great. And now walk the hands out into our flat back. And let's gently bend the knees, and we're going to heel toe ourselves in just so that we're hip width apart with our feet. Sorry, you can feel free to hold on to the floor with your hands. And then bring the heels together, and we're going to bring that pelvis down lower again for a squat. So here's where some of you might not be. If you're not comfortable, you can just come to seated, or you can lower that root towards the mat and just come into a brief squat here. Take the hands into prayer position. Another beautiful earth dedication pose. So we're really finding our connection to the feet and the base of the pelvis and all of our source of health and beauty that this earth gives us. Let's press the hands together and feel the lengthening of the spine away from the pelvis as you press the hands together. Oh, so nice. And exhale, find the floor with your hands. We're going to come into a side sit. So fold first let's come into, a wide forward bend. So we're doing kind of what we did standing up, but sitting down. Feel free to take that blanket under your sits bones and flex the feet. Take the fingertips beside you. We feel taller already, right, from all of these amazing poses, but let's grow taller again. Inhale through the crown of the head, then take the fingertips in front of you. And remember that we were leaning forward before in the beginning of class with the strap. See if you can keep that same lift and unrounding as you walk the fingertips forward in this wide forward fold. So it's as if you had that strap on, so you're not on the shoulders, so you're not caving in or rounding. This is just a fold. Finding the anchor of the sits bones. Inhale into that full long spine. Exhale, find that gravity. Opening those hips. Exhale, let's walk the hands back to our vertical sit and fold the left knee, fold that left leg in front, bringing the heel towards our Muladhara, towards that root of the pelvis. And then we'll take hand under right knee and just fold that to the right. We're going to do the beast. It's a beautiful dedication kind of pose. So let's, in this side sit, see if we can find some evenness here. Fingertips beside you, grow tall, close the eyes, find the sits bones that lower than the other. Maybe it's your left. If it is, or the right, take that blanket fold underneath it and see what a difference that makes when you've found that balance between your sits bones. Fingertips to the floor again. Inhale, let's grow tall. Exhale, let's walk the fingertips around ourselves in a circle. And let's see if we can bring, well, leading with the sternum. So imagine again, you have that strap that we had earlier and you're just turning the ribs over to the right and begin to crease at that left hip. Bring your fingertips on the other side of the left knee and begin to walk your hands out. So we're folding on that diagonal of the left hip. And place the palms on the mat so you feel that crease, that length of the spine. And you can stay here if you feel enough in your left hip, or you can take the forearms down to the mat, palms as well, to our Sphinx arms. And perhaps you want to straighten out your right leg, bringing the right heel towards the back of the mat. Really a beautiful psoas lengthener. And maybe you can bring your head down, but again, lengthening on your inhale and feeling that gentle rhythm of the breath through the spine and staying horizontal on that diagonal is just fine as well. Or you can completely surrender and bring the forehead to your hands like a pillow. If you can find a little area of release with each exhale. Long exhale. Bowing down to respect whatever you appreciate about the earth the most. If your mind wanders, just bring that back to still point and the breath. On your next inhale, bend the right knee and then push back up to center. Notice the difference and then switch to the other side. So keep your core nice and engaged as you take the right leg opposite. So we're going to fold that in front and fold the left leg to the side. Our same trick with the sits bones on this side. No, it took me a long time in yoga classes before someone suggested that little blanket trick. It's so nice. And then fingertips beside you. Exhale and then walk those fingertips. Draw that beautiful circle around the body. And then see if you can crease at that right hip. Bring the fingertips over to the right side, over the right knee. Lengthen the spine as you walk the palms down. And then maybe the forearms down into Sphinx. Or even if you stay up here, you can still begin to lengthen your left leg. And just drape it back there or come down to the forearms and see if you can bring your left heel towards the back of the mat. Surrender a little bit to that gravity, the beautiful balance of forces that allow us to surrender and rest. Bring the forehead down to the hands if you wish.
See if you can feel the length of your left side, so that back left heel engaged and awake, and then all the way up the leg, past the pelvis, up the graceful spine. Couple of inhales and exhales here. Release whatever you want to release here, whether it's physical or mental, spiritual, whatever you want to release. Let it out with an exhale. Bend the left knee. Ease yourself back up to seated. Lovely. Okay, and then we'll come on to the back. Transition back to a twist. Well, a little bit of a tricky twist. So we'll come on to our back. Take the soles of the feet to the floor. Inhale the left knee towards the face. Take the left ankle to the right thigh. Press through your right foot and feel that enliven all of that leg as you press through the right foot. Even the hips. And then bring your right thigh towards the body if you can. And then enliven that right foot again as if there was a wall there. Press, press, press. And drop into that right hip. Figure 4. If you want to take a less twisted twist, you can just separate out of figure 4 and go into our right angle twist. Or from here, bring the right foot down. Use the pressure of that foot to lift the hips up and come over onto your right side. Hold on to your left ankle with your right hand. And see if you can bring your right knee back towards the back of the mat a little bit, just that leg at a right angle. So we're on our side, left hand comes to heart, and the elbow traces that line in the sky, rainbow above us, as we open up into a twist with the left arm nice and long, or into cactus. Those of you who like full twister, you can take your left hand to your right foot for a thigh stretch. The earth is there to support you below, so feel the back body surrender, especially that mid upper back. Bring the gaze over the left shoulder. And your left knee can perhaps sway a tiny bit. Find your breath and allow that release of your hands. And then come on back to your side, roll to figure 4 again and unwind it. Left foot to the floor, right knee comes towards the face, and we take the right ankle over the left thigh, pressing through the left foot, noticing that can balance our hips a little more. Finding the sacrum, and then reaching perhaps towards the left thigh, holding on the back there, and press through the left foot again to even things out. And then release the cradling of that left thigh, press the left foot down and lift up, and see if you can get onto that left side. Again, just unwind your legs if you want to just do another kind of twist. Right foot comes down, left hand grabs right ankle. And then we can bend that left knee. Let it hang out there and inhale, right hand to our heart. Exhale, elbow traces that line over towards the right and open up onto the right side.
And one more step. If you'd like in Twister, you can take the right hand to grab the left foot. Or just rest that right hand on the floor and just feel the surrender on this other side. Allow that right knee to sway a tiny bit inch side to side if that works for you. To massage the hip flexors a little bit, opening there. Head to toe practice. Surrender another exhale, nice and long. Drop the shoulders away down towards the earth. And then release the hands and come up into figure four again. Unwind the legs. Lengthen the right leg out, lengthen the left leg out. Take the sides of your mat with your fists and then pull down towards the bottom of the mat and feel how that wraps your shoulder blades down and anchors them more below you. Walk the feet out to the side, completely let go. Close the eyes, come back to the breath, allowing this beautiful practice to seal into the body. The support of the earth is beneath you. Feel the natural breath, the gentle arches of the spine, the gentle rise and fall of the belly. Take a moment surveying the body, noticing with your mind's eye if there are lingering areas of tension that you can release to our Mother Earth today on this eve of Earth Day. Turning your attention to the breath, allowing that breath again to come back to that image of the earth breathing with us. That magic of our bodies echoing the earth processes. Something we can always come back to through the breath. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Bend the elbows and the knees. And roll onto your right side for a moment of pause and appreciation for your own motivation to practice and to be present with yourself. Gently come up to a seated position. Let's take the hands, link the thumbs, just fly those hands down to the heart. Feeling that we've cleared all these channels and energy flowing much better. And then hands come to prayer at the heart. Thank you so much for joining me in this dedicated practice today. Namaste.